Have you ever wondered what really makes someone click that buy button? I mean, it's not just about logic or a list of features, right? It goes so much deeper than that, like all the way down to our brain chemistry. So that's what we're going to do in this explainer. We're going to connect the dots between our brain's ancient wiring, for pleasure and pain, and see how that exact system secretly shapes every single decision we make as customers. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so let's start with a little bit of a puzzle. What do exercise, a good deep belly laugh with your friends, and even eating spicy food, what could they possibly have in common? I mean, on the surface, they seem totally unrelated, but believe it or not, they all trigger the exact same really powerful chemical reaction inside your brain.
And the answer is endorphins. The name itself is so cool. It's literally a mashup of endogenous, which means from within the body, and morphine, so morphine from within. And that's exactly what they are. They're our body's own all-natural painkiller and mood booster. This is the key to this fundamental reward system that's just always running in the background, guiding us away from discomfort and pushing us towards pleasure.
And you can see this system playing out all the time. When you exercise, that muscle soreness is a kind of pain, right? Well, endorphins rush in to soothe it, and that creates what we call the runner's high. Or when you eat something super spicy, your tongue sends these pain signals, and your brain responds with this wave of pleasure. Even just laughing out loud stimulates this release, and that's why you feel so relaxed and happy afterward. It's this constant dance between pain and pleasure, discomfort and reward.
Okay, so here's the leap. This is the absolute game changer for anyone in marketing or really any kind of business. That exact same deeply ingrained biological system, that drive to avoid pain and seek pleasure, is the engine behind every single choice your customer makes. Understanding this isn't just nice to know, it's like getting the cheat codes to human motivation.
So, how do we actually tap into this system? Well, probably the most direct way is through color. Because color isn't just decoration, It's a direct, unspoken language that talks right to a customer's emotional brain, long before their logical brain even gets a chance to process what's going on.
And trust me, brands do not choose these colors by accident. Think about it. McDonald's uses red to spark energy, urgency, and appetite. PayPal uses blue to make you feel calm and trusting, which is pretty important when you're sending money online. Whole Foods, of course, uses green to tap into all our positive feelings about health and nature. And a brand like Chanel uses black to give off this vibe of luxury, power, and sophistication. Every color is a carefully chosen psychological shortcut. So the big takeaway here is really simple, but it's also incredibly profound. Color is a shortcut straight to our emotions. It completely bypasses the logical part of our brain and can influence how a customer feels about your brand before they've even read a single word of your copy. All right, so if color works on that deep subconscious level, how does this whole idea translate into more direct, actions? Let's take a look at things like SEO and email marketing and see how these exact same psychological triggers can be used to actively guide what a customer does next. Let's think about SEO. We often get caught up in the technical side, keywords and backlinks. But at its heart, SEO is pure psychology. A search query isn't just a string of words. It's someone expressing a problem, a pain point. They have a need. Your content is the solution, the pleasure, the relief. So when someone searches for sustainable fashion, they have this unresolved need. Your article on top eco-friendly brands is the perfect solution that gets rid of that nagging uncertainty. The exact same logic is what makes a great email work. To earn that click, you've got to use psychology. So step 1, a killer subject line that creates urgency or curiosity. It taps into our fear of missing out. Step 2, a super clear call to action, or CTA, that removes any confusion about what to do. And step 3, a nice, clean design that makes the whole thing feel easy, guiding the user's eye right where you want it to go. And when you're looking at your data, your metrics, try not to just see numbers. See it as a report card on your psychology. A high open rate? That means your subject line successfully sparked curiosity. A low click-through rate? Well, the email itself didn't quite deliver on that initial promise. These numbers are giving you real-time feedback on how well you're actually connecting with people's brains.
But here's the thing. All of these tactics, color, SEO, email, they all depend on one single critical foundation, and that's trust. Because if a customer is afraid or hesitant, nothing else you do is going to matter. So let's talk about how we can actually engineer that trust by removing the biggest source of pain in any transaction, the fear of risk.
I mean, what is the single biggest pain point when we're shopping online? It's the fear, right? The fear of making a mistake. The fear that you'll buy the wrong size, or the color won't look the same in person, or that the product just won't live up to what you hoped. It's that hesitation that comes from being afraid of wasting your hard-earned money.
And you know who understood this better than almost anyone? Zappos. They literally built a billion-dollar empire by focusing relentlessly on just one thing: removing that fear. Their famous 365-day free shipping both ways return policy, that wasn't just a shipping strategy. It was a psychological strategy. It was designed to completely erase the customer's risk and in doing so, build an insane amount of trust.
A truly great return policy is just a masterclass in removing pain points. You've got clear, simple terms. That gets rid of confusion and anxiety. An easy process, that reduces effort and frustration. Free return shipping, that eliminates the financial risk completely. And fast refunds, that just reinforces that your brand is reliable and fair, which feels really good.
And the results of doing this? Well, they're undeniable. When you systematically take away the anxiety around making a purchase, customer trust just skyrockets. Their intent to buy in the first place goes way up. And maybe most importantly, their loyalty and the chance they'll become a repeat customer goes through the roof. It's a direct investment in that relationship.
So when you boil it all down, here's the crucial point. Whether we're talking about endorphins, color theory, SEO, or return policies, it all comes back to the exact same core principle. The best marketing isn't about being the loudest or having the cleverest tricks. It's about fundamentally understanding this internal drive we all have and then aligning your entire business to reduce your customers' pain and increase their pleasure.
And that brings us to the one final question I want to leave you with. If every single customer decision is ultimately emotional, if it's all rooted in this deep-seated system of avoiding pain and seeking pleasure, what is the single biggest pain point, the one moment of hesitation, the one piece of anxiety in your customer's journey that you can solve for them right now, today? Because the answer to that question, well, it could change everything.